So first, our assignment is focused to we must understand the financial habit and challenge faced by college student is crucial for educational institution to develop effective support strategies. This assignment focus on analysis the monthly expenditure pattern of 40 students across 5 categories, which is first, foods, transportation, entertainment, academic material, and miscellaneous. So our team pick transportation as our study. So our objective in this assignment is to present the data using a graphical and numerical technique. Second, to provide representing on data set and interpret the finding. And lastly is measure the data depreciation using suitable formula. So for our study, we use systematic sampling, which is from a population 264 students to select our sample, which is 40 students. So we use systematic sampling, which is to a population divide to sample. So 264 divide to 40. Then we can get the sampling interval K was calculated as 6.6. So we take a 6 as our interval, meaning we select every 6 student from our order list to ensure representative sampling. Before we want to select, we use a random sampling, which is number 1 to 6 to start our sampling. So we use tool which is spin the wheel and we get the 5. So next slide is our sample consists of 40 sample, which is evenly split by semester, program, gender, and residency. So on the semester, we have 6 semester, which is Sem 1 we have 6 students, Sem 2 we have 7 students, Sem 3 we have 12 students, Sem 4 we have 4 students, Sem 5 we have 8 students, and Sem 6 we have 3 students. So next on the program, we have which is we have 3 program, which is DHI, DIF, and DAE. So the sample we select is 20, 12, and 8. On the gender, we have 20 for male and 20 for female. So next is on residency, which is on the students stay on the campus and off the campus. So according to their program, which is DHI have stay 15 students, DIF have 6 students, DAE have 5 students, and the total is 26. On the residency, on the student stay off campus, which is DHI we have 5 students, DIF we have 6 students, and DAE we have 3 students. So the total is 14. So our sample is select is 40. So on the bar chart, we have a program and the number of students, which is if you look at the graph, we have DAE, which is we have 8 students, DIF we have 12 students, and DHI we have 20 students. So the sample we select is 40. So our next slide, which is a pie chart, which is a student residency. We have 2 on the campus and off the campus. On the campus, we have 26 students, and off the campus, we have 14 students. And the percentage is 65% for on the campus, and it's 35% for off the campus. So we select a sample which is have 40 students of residency.
We show you guys the calculation of key findings. So let's continue with the mean first, which is we take the number from the table, which is 7,200 divided by 40 equals to 180. Answer for the median. So let's continue with the mode. So we take the number from the table, which is 250 plus open bracket 10 minus 6 divided by 10 minus 6 plus 10 minus 0 close bracket times by open bracket 300 minus 250 equals to 264.29 for the mode. So let's continue for the median. So let's continue with the median. We take the number from the table, which is equals to 150 plus open bracket 40 divided by 2 minus 15 divided by 9 close bracket times by open bracket 200 minus 150 close bracket equals to, the answer is 177.78 for the median 1. So let's moving on for the quartile first. I'll show you on the table, which is we take a number from the 100 plus open bracket 40 divided by 4 minus 7 divided by 8 close bracket times by 50. The answer is 118.75 for the quartile 1. So that's all. I'll continue to Bushra for explain quartile 3.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. Now let's break down the calculation for quartile 3 step by step. And before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Ahmad Bushra Al-Bashir bin Muhammad Ridwan and my ID number is MDA24022141. Quartile 3 tells us the monthly transportation expenditure below which 75% of students fall. Look at the table. First, we organize the data into the classes with the boundaries and cumulative frequencies. Now, look at the formula. It's quite complicated, right? But don't worry, we will solve step by step. Total student and we have 40, so we have to find the quartile of the student. So 3 out of 4 of 40 equal to 30 position. This fall in the class of 200 to 250 ringgit because of cumulative frequency reach 30 here. So we get global boundary 200, cumulative frequency before this class 24, frequency of this class 6, and we have class width 50. Now substitute this value in the formula and we will get 250 ringgit. So 70% of students spend 250 ringgit or less on monthly transportation. Next, we calculate the standard deviation to measure how spread out the expenditure are. Look at the table. We need the information of midpoint x, frequency f, calculation for fx, and fx square. For the formula, it also looks like complicated, right? But don't worry, we will solve this carefully. For the total fx square, we have 1,500,000, and the total fx we have 7,200. Total student is same. We have 40 students. Now just put this number into the formula, and we will get 65.34 ringgit. The standard deviation is 65 ringgit and 34 cents, indicating significant variation in spending. Now, let's analyze the shape and variability of the data. First, Pearson's skewness. The formula is mean minus with mode divided by standard deviation. So all of the value we have discussed at the previous slide. So mean, we have 118, minus with mode we have 264.29, and standard deviation we have 65.34. Substitute this value into the formula and we will get negative 1.29. The negative value confirms the data is left skewed, meaning more students spend more than the average. Next, coefficient of variation. The formula starts with standard deviation divided by mean and multiply with 100. So as the same thing we do at a Pearson skewness, just put this number into the value and we will get 36.0%. This means the spending is relatively dispersed around the mean. Now let's move to the bar chart. This bar chart gives us a clear, discrete representation of how many students fall into each spending category. Let's go through to the key details. On the horizontal axis, we have the monthly transportation expenditure ranges from 0 to 350 ringgit. The vertical axis shows the number of students in each spending group. There are three critical patterns that we have to know. The first one is there are 0 students in both the lowest and the highest, which is 0 to 50 ringgit and 300 to 350 ringgit. The tallest bar is at 250 ringgit to 300 ringgit with 10 students. This is our model class. The next highest is 150 ringgit to 200 ringgit with 9 students, followed by 100 to 150 ringgit with 8 students. Under a histogram, this bar chart treats each range as a distinct category, making it easy to compare frequencies across groups. Now let's turn to the histogram. Why it uses the same data? It emphasizes the continuous distribution of spending. The horizontal axis again shows expenditure range, but the adjacent bar implies continuity. There's no gap between classes. The left skewed pattern is visually striking. First, the right side, 250 to 300 ringgit, has the highest bar 10 students, pulling the tail toward the left. The gradual decline from 150 to 200 ringgit, 9 students, to 500 to 100 ringgit, 7 students, confirms fewer students spend less. These align perfectly with our skewness value of negative 1.29 and explains why the mean 180 ringgit is less than the mode 275 ringgit. Like the bar chart, we see no data in the 0 to 50 ringgit or 300 to 350 ringgit range. These bars are...
Hello everyone, I am the last presenter. My name is Muhammad Irham. My ID number is MDA 2403019. This slide shows an ogive graph of student monthly transportation expenses. This ogive displays cumulative frequency based on upper class boundary. We can see an increase in the graph, meaning most students spend below each level of expenditure. For example, 24 students spend 200 ringgit or less, and all 40 students spend Rm 300 ringgit or less. This shows that most students fall within the mid-range of spending. Overall, this graph helps us clearly understand spending pattern among students and is useful in estimate values such as median, quartile, and the overall distribution of the data. Now, I will talk about the conclusion. The analysis shows that students spend the most on academic material and food, indicating these are basic monthly needs. Transportation and entertainment costs vary due to residence status and personal preference. DHI has the highest number of students, while DIF and DAE have fewer. Basic statistics like frequency distribution and average help reveal spending pattern. And now the last part is recommendation. The recommendation is that the institution continue collecting and analyzing student spending data to create targeted financial program. Workshop can help students manage academic spending and reduce non-essential expenses. Support can also be given to those with high essential spending. Advanced tools like regression can guide future policies more accurately.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.